To 3-5-2 or not to 3-5-2? That seems to be the question for the U.S. men's national team after a 3-2 defeat to Chile down in South America on Wednesday. I'm Andrew Wiebe. Joining me is Armchair Analyst Matt Doyle, and you're watching MLS Now. Matt, let's start with the obvious. The 3-5-2, did it work?
It kind of did. There were some good things to take out of it. I thought Jermaine Jones covered a lot of ground and ended up putting out a lot of fires along the back line, and it was very natural for both attacking wingbacks, DeAndre Yedlin on the right side and Breck Shea on the left side. So there were some good things to take out of it, Steve Birnbaum as well, but there were some bad things, and that, once again, brings us back to Jermaine Jones.
Yeah, certainly. Jermaine, the big question mark here. He's the guy that, for me, brings that three-man line back together. He's the one that has to be on point for the other two to do their jobs as well. I think in this game, it's a function of limited time to practice, limited time in competition. A lot of confusion from both Matt Besler and Steve Birnbaum. Confusion from the outside backs. When do they track? When do they push forward? Who do they cover? But man, Jermaine Jones, we know he likes to roam, but he roamed all over in this game, sometimes coming out of nowhere from the bottom of the screen on TV. Another guy who roamed, Jozy Altidore. We saw him coming back on defense an awful lot. What did that say to you?
Well, it said that the midfield balance wasn't right. I didn't understand playing Mix Diskerud and Michael Bradley as dual holding midfielders instead of getting a guy like Will Trapp or Perry Kitchen in from the start. So the midfield kind of got overrun, which led to the back line being overrun. And Jozy Altidore's defensive work was integral in keeping the U.S. in that game in the first half, and he actually provided the go-ahead goal.
Certainly U.S. fans will be happy about that as well. Breck Shea getting the other goal for the U.S. in this game. But of course, they lose 3-2. They've now just won one of their last 9 games, second half struggles. Well, we know all about those. Matt, is this a rut, or is this Jurgen Klinsmann throwing darts against the wall? What has this January camp been? Because remember, Gold Cup, Copa America in the next 2 years, this is an important stretch, and they've got to figure out their identity, or at least I would think.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think it comes back to what I think is a pretty easy step of playing your players in their natural spots. Mix Diskerud's not a defensive midfielder, but he's been asked to play that. Clint Dempsey playing kind of a central attacking midfielder. Jermaine Jones playing in the middle of that back three. It does feel a bit like throwing darts. The good news is that there is still 5 months until the Gold Cup, so there is time to get it right. But that clock is ticking. You know, we're 3.5 years into the Jurgen Klinsmann experiment, and I'm still not sure what kind of national team we're looking at, and that doesn't instill me with any confidence.
Of course, that Gold Cup providing perhaps a playoff spot for Mexico or another CONCACAF team. The U.S. are in the playoff for the Confederations Cup. They will also play Panama on February 8th in the final friendly of this camp. Let us know what you think. What's going on with the U.S. men's national team? Should they play the 3-5-2? And if they do, should Jermaine Jones be in the middle? Let us know in the comments section below. Big thanks to Matt for joining us here on MLS Now.